All right. Wait. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, yes. About to start. No, no. You do you want to come over? Do you want to sit over here? Come over here, please. Yo, what's up, everybody? Hold on, give me 1 second. Uh, Yo, Vic, what's good? What's good? Yeah. Sit down, please.
Dragon is spinning.
Yeah, it's spinning.
What is that?
Careful for the wires over here, okay? No, no. Yeah, okay. I still need to read. Wait.
I guess I
Tara, tara.
can.
Okay, okay. Can you sit here and not move? Can you do this? Anyways, guys, yo, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the show. If you're new here, my name is Mitchell. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about changing your relationship with emotions. Okay? Changing your relationship with emotions. So I do these YouTube lives every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys find this video content of value, you guys could show your appreciation by donating by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. Details will be in the description. And if you guys want to sign up for my Patreon, it is available too. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll love to answer it for you guys. That being said, though, I am going to be talking about a recap, which is here it is. Here it is. The recap is on "We become what we think about." Do you want to read this? What is the slide on? No, no.
No idea.
Okay, it's okay. People just miss you, Selfie. So say hi to people. Here, let me put the mic towards you. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, if you're gonna do that, don't do that, please, please, please. There, okay, we indoor voices. All right. So,
What?
okay, I want you to read this quote. You see this yellow part? Can you read that for me?
Fuck. I need to get into something.
Okay, can you read that for me?
Okay.
Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal by Earl Nightingale. Thank you for the like, appreciate it. So, in order to be successful, you must define success, right? Which means, was, which means, okay. No, please stop. It means that anyone who's on course towards the fulfillment of goal is successful. We're successful as long as we're able to work towards something that we want to bring in our lives, right? So success
I need
is.
to go get something.
Okay, fine. Okay, I might. Okay, be careful. Be careful. Okay, careful. Okay, watch out. Watch out. Watch. Can you look down? Okay. Okay, I might not have her. I might not have her. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna have you no more. Your butt's all heavy and everything. No, no more. Go away. Success is a wife or mother because that's what she wanted to be or wanted to do, and she's doing a great job at it. That's success. Success is the person who wanted to own the coffee shop because that's what he or she wanted to do. That's success. Give me 1 second. I think she's just knocking everything. All right. And success is a person working towards the predetermined goal. Okay, and where do you see yourself? And the question is like, yo, when are you going to quit? And if you love what you do, you're not going to quit. Okay, all right. This is. Okay, maybe this is a bad idea. Anyways. So the question is, what are your current obstacles in life, and what is one thing you would love to do if you got a chance to do it full time? Okay. Now, she's back. Are you gonna behave?
I hope that from my mouth too.
No. Okay, you're just gonna stand here. Okay, go underneath.
Why?
Because go underneath. Here, and stand. No, not under the table. Come here. Careful for your head. Okay, just stand here, okay? This is nice, please, okay? Be careful with the wire, okay? That's nice.
I won't sit.
Okay, just hang out, okay?
No, I won't sit. I won't
Okay,
sit.
if you're not gonna behave, I'm gonna let you go.
Can please sit?
I am. My patience is being tested. Sophie, and stop chewing with your mouth open. Okay.
I can't breathe like that.
What? Okay, so I have 4 slides for you guys. The first slide, Sophie, read that. If you can't read it, I'm kicking you out. What? In internal dialogue, internal dialogue, okay? So, Sophie, I need you to sit here and just be pretty, okay? Can you do that for me? Can you promise me that?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to kick you out.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, just sit here. Don't move. Don't move. Okay, so what is your internal dialogue, guys? What is your internal dialogue? What do you find yourself constantly talking to yourself about? Okay, and to other people and to yourself. Okay, this isn't working, guys. This isn't working. Okay, what is your internal dialogue? Because and here's another question. Are you more focused on yourself or are you more focused on other people? Because if your internal dialogue is too focused on yourself, usually what happens is
Hello.
okay, I'm gonna kick you out. Go.
No.
Go away. Go
No.
away. I have to do this, Sophie. I'll bring you on later, okay? Just go do yes, go. Go underneath. Go. You're not behaving, okay? You careful. There you go. Watch out for your head. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Okay. I love you, but I can't have you on right now. Oh, God. Do I deserve this, guys? Do I deserve this? She just... Okay, please, just leave me alone, okay? Just keep... Okay, sorry, guys. Internal dialogue, okay? So yeah, are you more focused on yourself or you're more focused on other people? Usually what ends up happening is people that are more focused on themselves, usually they tend to need more attention for themselves, which kind of the more you it's difficult to learn when you're only talking. You know what I mean? So, and it's usually the people with the higher energy levels where they feel like they already got enough and where they're willing to learn and listen, because those are the type of people that succeeds. And listen to the type of people that actually starts talking. And when they're talking, are they really talking about themselves, or are they focused? Depends on, like, are they talking about other people, or are they talking about like different ideas? You know what I mean? So it's basically your internal dialogue that you have with yourself. That's usually what you're going to be talking about 90% of the time, especially when you're just sitting there by yourself. You're not really doing anything and it's just a blank. What are you consistently telling yourself? What are you constantly saying? Are you saying that you're good enough, you're not good enough? What is it? Are you addicted? So this is a huge one, and I feel like most people are unaware of this, which is, are you addicted to the emotions of what you're talking about? So think about it like this. Here's an example. If you talk to somebody and that person just latches on into gossip, like, what are they constantly doing? What are they constantly saying? Like, are they drawn towards gossip? And if they are, then chances are maybe that's not the best person to be around, especially if you want to move forward in life. Because when you're there and you're just stuck talking about gossip, it doesn't push you anywhere. It doesn't make you become a better person. Like, it just makes you feel better temporarily. So it's life's simple pleasure. So it's not really moving you towards a goal. It's just you talking down on somebody so that you can feel better about yourself. And that's usually what most people end up doing, is they love talking about gossip. So if you find yourself with those people, or you find that you are talking about gossip and you want to change that dialogue because whatever energy that draws you in, and do you thrive off of talking about gossip? And if you do, then there's something that you want to look within yourself to make sure that it doesn't keep happening. Otherwise, you're gonna be on this path of least resistance and you're not going to have anything going on for yourself. Because great people talk about ideas. Great, great people talk about ideas, and other people that doesn't really have much going on for themselves, they talk about people and sometimes events. Okay, so people who resonate. So are you addicted to their emotions, right? People who resonate with low energy or vibrations are usually speaking in terms of emotions. So they talk about their emotions. And an example would be like, oh my God, look at this. This is me. Why is this always happening to me? And when people always think about things that's just happening to them and not for them, usually what ends up happening is they start to only focus on the bad. Like, this is the problem. I'm not. Why does this person cut in front of me? Why is there a red light? Like, why me? Like, why does this happen to me? It's like, look, if it's a red light and you're getting upset at a red light because it turned yellow in front of you, then chances are it's like you have zero emotional self-control, and nobody wants to be around that type of person. And if you thrive off of that energy, then I would suggest that maybe you change the relationship that you have with that type of energy that you're giving out, because that's not very attractive. Okay, so what do you resonate with? Really, really look into that. What do you resonate with? And people who resonate with high energy focuses on facts. So an example of that is, even though this happened to me and there was a little bump on the road, right? This trip, what I like about this trip is that, one, I get to enjoy it with my friends, my family, the people I care about, like the bigger picture. Those are the facts. And you get to spend time with them and you have a great time. Facts usually don't get our emotion, doesn't get our emotional addiction. So like anything, like drugs and stuff, right? Those are addictive. But another thing that's very addictive is your emotions. And what people end up doing is they stay in that emotional state and they just love talking about gossip. They love talking about other people so that they could bring them down, even though they're not paying attention or talking behind their back, so that they could bring themselves up. But that's not really getting you anywhere. Sophie, I see you. Can you stop doing that, please? Can you go inside? No, 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 no. You're not behaving right now. Okay. Next time you're out with people, listen to what they say. Then ask yourself, how often am I around these type of people? Because remember, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right? Are these people talking about problems? Are they talking about gossip? Are they solution oriented? Like, what are they talking about? Now, I'm not saying that you can't ever talk about people, but then if you're learning from that, then it's okay, right? But if you only Sophie, Sophie, please go inside. Please go inside. Okay, you know what? Um, she's not behaving. So I'm gonna tell mommy and daddy that you're not behaving, and I'm not gonna give you any more ice cream. No more ice cream. All right. I'm serious. I'm gonna tell mommy and daddy. Okay. All right. What is your relationship with yourself? Okay. Relationship with yourself. How do you perceive yourself is how you see the rest of the world. And it depends on what type of dialogue that you're having with yourself, right? So the relationship you have with yourself, you want to be able to go home and not feel like you have to distract yourself with like your device, Netflix, maybe music, um, just so that you can feel like you can numb yourself in that in that state. Other people do worse things, right? They could do worse things like do drugs, right? But if you work with your subconscious mind, when you're just sitting there and you actually start thinking about, okay, you know what would be a great idea is if I could do this, if I could do that, like moving towards something. When you're in your subconscious mind, that can help make you become a better person. Then on your conscious level, which is a very small amount, then your conscious level and your subconscious is working in unison together as a team, as a unit, to move you towards something versus having a resistance. Okay, so really think about the relationship that you have with yourself, because you have to live with yourself your entire life. And if you're not good, what makes you think that other people will want to be around you? Okay, so constantly you want to ask yourself these type of questions, like, and ask yourself, how can I achieve that? What can I do to become better in different areas of your life? Now, others sees it as it works for them. This is life giving me opportunities when things work, when things happen for me and not to me. Because, say for example, with the red light that I was talking about, if it's a red light and you getting upset about it, that's a great, you could change the relationship that you have. Instead of being upset and why it happens to me, you'd be like, okay, why am I upset that it's a red light? Why? Then you can follow your trail of whys. That way you can move and progress and understand, like, okay, why do I get mad when someone cut in front of me? Am I just lacking patience? Okay, if I'm lacking patience, what can I do to aid that patience so that it doesn't bother me, right? Because you can only hide yourself for so long with a new person. Let's just say you just met that person, right? This new lover or whatever, and you just really really calm about things. But then 6 months down the line, you guys, that high feeling is going back down now. The excitement's going back down. You're going to reveal who you are, and that is your character, and your character is destiny. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that too as well, uh, later on down the slides. But you want to make sure that what are life giving you opportunities versus what is always happening to me. So you see the big difference. Okay, and as long as you don't focus on just the problems and you're focusing on opportunities for you to become better, then you will always become better, and you just build more emotional resilience. Because when life pressures you, that is when you can learn the most. You don't really learn when you're having a great time and everything's great, right? And it's usually the people that's been hurt the most that could move forward and understand, like, okay, like, because I felt this way, this is how I could operate so that I don't feel that way anymore, or I don't feel it as much, right? So, really changing the relationship that you have, right? Like, is being sad really that bad, right? Like, why? Why? And I'll get into that in a bit. Okay. So, by changing the wording of the problem or stress you're dealing with, frame it in a way where you're genuinely grateful for it instead of focusing on the problem. That's what's going to cause you to move forward. And that's actually making you more resilient. And if that's what you want to become, and you want to become that person to be a little bit more resilient, right? Then people will see that. And when they see that, that's your character. And then your frame, remember that frame that I was talking about? That frame, it's going to be thicker, and that's how you're going to operate in life. That's how you're going to show up, right? So then next time, let's just say something does happen and something kind of triggers you right away. So instead of focusing on that problem, you'd be like, okay, what's the bigger picture? What's going on, right? Same thing with the example of me almost getting hit by that car, right? It wasn't, I didn't get hit. Now, immediately, I was like, oh, like I almost got hit. I don't want to get hit. I'm gonna be hurt. I won't be able to work out. There's many things that went off in my mind, right? But then I started zooming out, and I was like, hey, and that person was very apologetic, right? It wasn't like I was crossing and they just missed the stop sign, and so I ended up just tapping the car. I was like, hey, like it's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm not hurt. Your car is not damaged too because you didn't hit me, right? Like, it was funny, right? And then, but I was like, hey, you know what? Like, just be a little bit more careful next time. And hopefully, that inspired that person to become more aware instead of just yelling at them and be like flipping them off, right? Like, that doesn't really solve anything. If anything, they're mad that they didn't hit me, you know? So that's how I like to operate. That's how I like to show up, because then I start resonating with people with higher energies or higher vibrations. And in order to succeed, it's difficult to succeed when you're always low and you're always focusing on the problems. And I think that's part of the reason why many people up here don't associate with people down here. And it's not to say like, oh, they're just bad, but it's because they can't see what they see. These people can't see what they see. And we all have to start somewhere. It's just that we all start at different levels. But to move up, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time with your own thoughts to understand, like, okay, like, if this were to happen, how would I operate? How would I show up? Okay. So, anyways, by changing the wording on the problem or stress you're dealing with, you're framing it in a way where you're genuinely grateful for certain things, right? Like, just be grateful. Say, for example, like, think about it. Have you ever took someone out to a nice meal, right? Have you ever taken someone out to a nice meal and they were like, oh, they're very excited. They're like, oh my God, like, I've never had like a expensive meal. I don't know what's expensive, what, $50, $100 per plate, whatever. And they're like, by the time they get there, the whole ride, they're like, oh my God, like, why is this person like this? Why? It's like, yo, I'm trying to take you out to eat. You're just complaining every step of the way. Okay. And then when we get there, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's so expensive. Like, oh no. And it's like, I was totally aware of that before I came here. And I just want to take you out to a nice meal. Like, it's okay. Right? You don't have to always complain about things. And those are the people that that is more associated with the negative attributes of low energy level. It's like they always focus on the emotions rather than the facts. I hope that makes a little sense for you guys, because I got that from Julian himself. And if you guys want to know a little bit more about it, feel free to ask. But it's the energy level. Okay. Let's see. So let's see. By changing the word, you'll find yourself a little bit more free, right? By educating yourself too, under pressure, under the pressure. Now, you don't need so much pressure where you just explode, but during the time of pressure, and you're kind of like your emotions is coming up, it's not suppressing it. It's by understanding it, moving towards that emotion that you're feeling. Like, I feel like exploding right now. I feel like yelling at that person, but instead you're like, no, that's probably not the best choice. What is the strongest course of action that I could do or say so that it does not escalate and it de-escalates? And then people will judge you by your character based off that. And your character's destiny, okay? And then also you set yourself free. So it shifts from being dramatic versus factual, okay? This way you will find yourself in situations where you're more solution seeking versus problem focused. And yeah, like who are the type of people that you hang out with? Do they typically focus on the problems or they focus on solutions? So, I've said it a million times. What are they normally focused on? I found that I don't really enjoy talking about the problems anymore. Like, I don't mind talking about the problem. Like, what is the problem? I think that's important, because then it's bringing awareness. But the next step is, how can we solve this? And how can we solve this together in a way where whatever you're feeling, just know that I am here, that we are a team and we could go through this together, right? And it's also letting them know that you're not just going to solve their problems, but you're allowing them to be like, hey, let's do this together. But you will be able to do this on your own as well if I'm not there. But if I am there, great, let's do this together, right? Let's see. So shifting from dramatic, emotional to something more factual, right? If you find yourself not knowing a topic a lot, so here's an example, right? If you find yourself not knowing a topic a lot, but you also find yourself saying a lot of things, especially when you don't know that topic, then the relationship with yourself has a lot to say about your character, because your character is destiny. So I don't know if you guys know somebody that knows a little bit about a topic, just a little bit, but they just keep branching off and just keep talking about it. It's like You don't even know exactly what you're talking about, but you just feel like you need to say something. And when you feel like you need to say a whole lot of things, especially when you don't know a specific topic, then it's then you're just out there really seeking attention. And you just want to take more and more and more so that it builds you up, and that helps justify how you see the world. That's how people will give you validation. But if you just really sit back and you say to yourself, hey, look, I don't really know this topic. Maybe I should just listen. And if you start listening to other people, then you become smarter, you become more wiser. And then when people do ask you questions and then you can answer them, that'd be great. Then you instantly, not that you're looking for validation, they will validate you because of that. So with character is destiny, this is what I got online too, and I thought this was really great. So what does it mean to your character is destiny? Character leads to action. Character leads to action. Action sets events into motion, and events lead to outcomes that can be viewed in a rear view mirror as destiny. Okay, so if someone just constantly talks about people and they gossip and that's their character, that's their action, and the action sets their event in motion. There's not really much going on for them, and eventually when they look at the rearview mirror, they they haven't succeeded in anything. They haven't really succeeded in anything. And then so what ends up happening is they start finding shortcuts for the in their lives. Like, oh, I missed out so much. I need to find a perfect shortcut so that I could be up here right away instead of just working towards something. Like my coach said, if I was 22 again, I would think in terms of decades, because those are the most successful people when they work for 10 years, or what was it, 10,000 hours. Like that's how you master something. And if you want to become better about a specific topic, read a book, because there's plenty of books out there, and there's Audible. Okay, so you could listen, you could read it, right? That's the great thing about technology nowadays. It's a tool, and depending on how you use that tool, you could either become better, or you could just drown yourself in simple pleasures, right? All right, guys. Is everybody still here with me? Because I don't really see anything. Press one if you're still here. Let's see. All right. So that was relationship with yourself. And my next one is complete I can't even talk. Complete acceptance. So when you're completely accepting yourself, you're letting go of being the victim. You're no longer trying to just be the victim anymore. You're letting that go. And you start looking at things as a whole and being the person that you are. So being authentic to yourself, that's being genuine, being real. And the thing is that you're not just staying where you're at. You still want to become more than you are, so that you could have more for yourself. And it's not a type of greed, but it's more like you earned it. It's not like, oh, I just want more money, right? Like what you do, and people could see that you enjoy it. Of course, there are techniques and ways on how to improve on it, but and even in that sense, I have a lot to learn from that too. But it doesn't ever mean stay where you're at. So I don't want you guys to misinterpret that, because if you misinterpret, oh, I could just be where I'm at now and I'll be all right. Like, no, you're gonna be held back eventually. But you accept who you are completely, okay? And what I mean by that is by letting go of the resistance that you have with yourself, and accept that you will have a good and bad days. Okay. I think okay. This is weird. I don't see anything. Uh, top chat, live chat. That's interesting. Hold on, guys. I don't see any chats. Interesting. Interesting. You know what? I'm gonna make an executive decision by ending this and then not redoing it, but restarting it, I guess. Let's